Hi, I am Cameron Lowe. I am a soon-to-be graduate of the Organizational Leadership degree program, and I have come a long way since the beginning of my leadership journey in this Organizational Leadership degree program. I've had plenty of time to reflect on my journey and studies now, before, and in the future. And when I first began classes in this degree program, I was nowhere close to being an effective or successful leader and hardly had any experience in a leadership role. My only experience prior to this program was as an athlete in high school. What I thought was a leader at the time was someone who was outspoken, respectful, respected, hardworking, trustworthy, humble, and all the other qualities you kind of see and know as a leader in a sport or as a leader in a high school sport. You know, you just see those qualities and you think, that's a leader. That's somebody that's outspoken. He can lead. So I had no clue about the diversity that is leadership, and that the many theories and styles that one can harness to be a great and effective leader. I just thought of it as if you had the qualities of a leader and had the courage to be outspoken, you could be a leader. And although that is a great start to being a leader, it is not what I would define now as a leader. Many of those qualities that you can find in a good leader, but there is a tremendous deeper dive, which I took in this degree program, to truly understanding what it takes to be a leader in a community, organization, or company. I learned a tremendous amount through this degree program, and when I hit the applied major courses, it only went deeper into the processes and theories of leadership. The course of Foundations of Organizational Leadership served as an eye-opening gateway into leadership theories and context. I learned that leadership isn't confined to a single idea or mold, and instead adapts and transforms to various organizational settings and challenges. This new understanding led me to shift my approach and inherit multiple strategies and theories into my own leadership style and approach. So, for example, instead of just being a transformational leader, I could also harness the qualities of other theories, such as like the servant style leadership. I think those both mesh well together, as in transformational, is wanting to build leaders from what they already are, and servant style is you're adhering to needs and maximizing their engagement in a workplace. So that kind of allowed me, knowing that kind of allowed me to have a more collaborative leadership style. Data-driven decision-making was a great course. It gave me a new perspective on the role of data in leadership. Because you always think leadership is leadership. Why would it involve data? Well, it absolutely does. Having the ability to dissect quantitative information and transform it into actionable insights became crucial in my own leadership processes after going through that course. And it's also crucial to my future career in aviation. Numbers are huge in aviation, and being able to understand and apply to them is a must-have skill. Through that course, data-driven decision-making, I developed the capability to make informed decisions that align with organizational and personal objectives through analyzing that data. So that course was amazing, and it really gave insight and new skills to my future career. Organizational ethics and organizational behavior are great courses as well. They were influential to my leadership development because they gave me a realization that ethical leadership is not just about avoiding those legal pitfalls that everybody talks about, but more so to actively foster an environment of trust, integrity, and inclusivity. And kind of build that culture, build that ethical culture in your own organization. So through discussions and coursework and speeches and all those many things, I was able to sharpen my ability to navigate ethical dilemmas and find out just how important it is to remain ethical, equal, and inclusive as a leader in any organization, any community, anywhere. It's always great to remain ethical. It's almost a requirement. The course of leadership theories kind of piggybacked on a lot of previous classes, in the early courses of this degree program, and it introduced me more into obviously theories and styles beyond the conventional ways that you're taught. So transformational leadership to servant leadership to autocratic leadership, all these different styles and theories, I began to learn how different strategies affect different situations and when not to use certain leadership strategies. You'll need to realize the situation and then maybe kind of adapt your own leadership theory, style, approach to that situation. So it's good to learn and know about all these other theories because they all kind of play into one. This course molded my leadership approach to analyze each situation and, like I said, apply the right style. So, for example, again, being a flight instructor, there are times to use both autocratic and democratic theories. There's times to be harsh and be on point, and there's times to just let the student figure it out and learn themselves. And it's extremely important to know when and when not to use those. So I thought that course was great in doing that and teaching you what theories are good for this, what theories are good for that, and how to conform them into your own leadership and apply them to different scenarios. Leading Change was a course that prepared me to guide teams through the turbulent era of transformation and change within an organization. I did not understand how big change was in organizations until that course. I recognized the importance of clear communication, empathy for resistance to change, and why it is essential to influence and create a vision that others want to follow in times of uncertainty. You want to be able to follow somebody when you can't see no light. So that it kind of taught me that, and it nurtured my ability to build and create a culture of resilience and adaptability and how to properly navigate those waters of change. And in life, there's always going to be constant change, and knowing and preparing for change is essential. Capstone was just a culminating experience. I engaged in an immersive analysis of real-world leadership challenges that one might face, and then I synthesized that knowledge from previous courses, experience in real-world scenarios, and then I got to apply them to the challenges that were talked about in the real world. I was able to look back and summarize my leadership skills, decision-making, behaviors. I devised implementation plans for complex leadership issues and designed a professional profile for myself that I can use later in my career and to start my career, which was amazing. I loved being able to do that because it kind of just gives you an insight to what I'm about to dive into, which is finding a career, finding where I want to go, finding the right job. So having that professional profile for myself was great. I loved making it. I was also able to hone my critical thinking skills and solidify my readiness for challenges that lie beyond the classroom in Capstone 1 and 2. They were both phenomenal courses, and I really think they are perfect for ending this degree program. Like, it couldn't have gotten any better for those two courses. For my current leadership, I'm currently studying and practicing to become a commercial pilot. I've achieved my private pilot's license, and I'm working towards those other certifications to eventually have a career in the aviation industry. But being in two different types of schooling, flight school and at A&M Commerce, I've not really had the chance to truly start my leadership development in a workplace or community. But I have had the opportunity to somewhat lead the younger people at our flight school. I am not by any means their teacher or sole leader, but I try to provide some insight when possible. The ORGL program has helped me tremendously with that. Before this program, I would not have had the confidence to even speak or to speak effectively. So when I am in that leadership role now, what I've learned is I try to harness, like I said earlier, my own method of transformational leadership in which I provide them the information and the means, and I try to instill that confidence and motivation into them to do it themselves, but I still place it on them to find that result or exemplify their own skill. I kind of push them along, give them means, but I still want them to show me that they can do it. So that's kind of transformational leadership, servant leadership is kind of how I've oriented my leadership style. But through these courses, I've been able to harness better decision-making skills and that are quick and thought out, and I'm not having to sit and take a whole day for these decisions. I can effectively go through them, find it out, and make a decision, an efficient decision. And I've also been able to harness cultural competency and ethics and behavior, because being a flight instructor or a pilot or anywhere, I mean, any job, you're going to encounter all different walks of life. And I believe it's important to be able to understand one's views and effectively communicate and build relationships with future students, passengers, and fellow pilots. I've came a long way in this journey, and I am positive I am 100 times more effective as a leader than when I first started. From where I am now to the unforeseen future, I will build on the hybrid of my transformational servant leadership style, and I will continue to gain knowledge and experience with leadership. I will diligently try to understand and improve my leadership throughout my career and experiences and what I have learned while attaining this degree. I want to implement that into my own life, my own work life. This degree has been exceptional for me. I am extremely thankful for the opportunity to complete this degree and be in Capstone II and finally finish it off. And I look forward to excelling in my leadership abilities in my future career of aviation or whatever it may be. Thank you so much.